new knife. This is a cold steel Bushman. It's a Bowie-Blade. It's a very good knife. It's a 12-inch long. There's a lot of carbon in this knife. Handle's hollow. Alright. This is basically your all-purpose survival knife. It's got a hollow handle for so when you go out into the field, you can store, you know, maybe a little survival kit. You wrap it up in a sandwich bag, or whatever, and cram it in there. Or you can use it as a place to put a spear shaft. All right. If you need to, you know, go spear fishing, if you're really hungry, or you want to make a spear, this would be or to keep away predators, whether it be four-legged or two-legged. You can put a spear shaft in there. All right. I've had these before. I had one break. I was throwing it, and you know how abusive I can be with throwing weapons, so that was no surprise. It's a good knife. It's durable. It was my fault. I just threw it too much. All right. Now I did have one other problem with this knife. I was using it, and I don't remember exactly what for. My hand slipped up onto the blade, and I severed a tendon and a nerve. All right. See the scar right here? Alright, it cut through here, but they had to cut down here to get the tendon and sew it back up here. Alright, now that was not the knife's fault. That was 100% user error. Alright, but there isn't much of a guard on this at all. Alright, the edge gets sharp right around here. It's very smooth coating, so it's easy to slip up on the blade, so just keep that in mind. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to cut down one of these small trees right here with the Bowie-Blade Bushman and make a shaft so I can throw it as a spear. Alright, there you go. Now, as you can see, I was kind of in a close space, so I couldn't rear back and hit it heavy like I'd like to. But it's sharp. It comes razor sharp, and it's got a lot of carbon in it, so it's easy to sharpen. So if you're out in the wilderness, and you know you didn't bring your wet sewn and your gear and stuff that you would have to use to sharpen, say, some of your stainless stuff, you could use a rock or something, wet it, and sharpen this up pretty easily. Alright, so I'm going to trim this down and see how this will work. There's a little gap in the tree I didn't see right here, so I might end up using this part right here, or I might use this part. I don't know yet. We'll see. Now, if you were going to use this as a survival knife, I would recommend like bringing a hatchet along. You can see how it's got a full tang, so that's good, but it's really not as thick of a spine as I like. But as you can see, I got in really close and it's so sharp you can take your way at small stuff like this. Alright. So yeah, I'm going to trim this up a little bit and see how this goes. Alright, this is what I got here. Alright, now, if you wanted to, you could take the time to skin this whole thing, smooth it up a little bit. You could do that. Now, you're probably thinking, that doesn't look like it's not very straight at all, but this is what I had in my yard, had handy. Alright, I didn't want to cut down the little magnolia sheet right there. But, this right here should work, fairly well, at least for the demonstration. And as you can see how easy that was and how quickly I did that. Alright. Very easy. So let's get throwing. Alright, I'm about ready to go. Okay. Now I've set up my foam archery target. Okay. Now I'm using the foam target for 2 reasons. One, I'm lazy. And I just set it on the ground. 2, there's no sense in beating up your spear blade on a wooden target. Alright, when you throw a spear into a target, alright, it's going to be suspended and the weight of the shaft is just going to bend on the tip like crazy. Alright, now that's not the knife's fault. Alright, you'll probably break it if you do it often. And that just happens. Alright, I don't care what knife it is. The only other knife that I can think of right now, well, there's 2 actually. There's a Spartan Spirit, which is a 10-inch long knife. And it has an empty shaft. You can empty handle you can put a shaft in, and there's a Condor spike. All right, the Condor spike is it's like this, but there's not as much of an edge on it. And people use it for attaching to spears and going hog hunting. Spartan Spirit, it's a smaller knife. All right, this right here is probably gonna be the most durable one on the market. Okay, so it's not the knife's fault. Alright, also, I have it on the ground because if you're in a hunting scenario, the stuff you're going to be eating, like probably catching with a spear, realistically, you're not going to kill a deer with this, alright? It's just, people have done it, and hogs, they've killed them with spears, but as an amateur, don't even go there, alright? What you can kill with this is, say, like a frog or a snake, maybe a fish, I don't know, maybe a half-dead fish. But small stuff like that, maybe a rodent or a possum. Possums are pretty slow. If you run up on one, he'll probably play dead and he's easy to dispatch. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple throws. Now, I just bought this thing today. Okay, I haven't done as much spear throwing as I'd like to. So, I'm learning with you. And as you can see, the shaft isn't that straight, so we'll see what happens. Alright, I missed, but I went through the plywood. This is on top of the target, alright? That's pretty sharp. I'm going to try that again. Alright, you get the idea. So, now what I'm planning on doing is finding a better shaft. Alright, I'll probably go up to, like, say, Winn-Dixie or whatever. Not Winn-Dixie, like a hardware store. Buy a decent shaft for it. And practice with that a little bit more on my target. Alright, when I get good at this style, I'll talk a little bit more about the mechanics of throwing and how to get good at it. Meanwhile, there's a lot of people that do this more often than I do. I would go to them for advice on throwing. But I just thought I'd give you a quick demo on, the survival knife and how to use it. Alright, I'd like to show you one more thing. Alright, so now I'm going to do a little bit of throwing, okay? Now, obviously, you're not going to want to, do a whole lot of throwing with your survival knife. But I thought I would show you that you can throw it, alright? Again, I could see you taking out a snake or a small game with this, need be. One more thing I forgot to mention with the spear throwing. If you are in a situation where you need to do it, take the time to find a nice straight shaft, alright, and whittle it down so it has a nice smooth grip, alright, if you have the time. Okay, let's get to throwing. I'm going to put some cards up on the target, just for fun. Now, I haven't thrown this thing yet since I've thrown the spear. This is a cold throw. I like to do cold throws a lot, alright? You just walk out there without warming up, just see what happens. Okay, now I'm using a one spin throw. I like throwing this thing because it's got a really nice, smooth, round handle. It's very easy for this knife to just slide out and into the target. Blade throw. No spin, spear style. Alright, there we go. Took me a couple tries, but I hit it. Alright, well, that's about all I have. If you have any questions on it, let me know. I really enjoy this knife. One more quick thing, it comes with a really nice sheath pouch, so you put your survival kit in there, whatever. Again, be careful with it. Watch that handle blade transition, and thanks for watching.